Yo, welcome to another yoga practice. My name is Trevor Taylor, and I am glad to be your instructor for the day. Today, we're going to work on a warrior sequence, really building some sturdy balance, finding some strength, and really tapping into that power that we have so we can go about our day not having to fight or force, but just knowing how strong we are in everything that we do. So all you'll really need, probably just a set of blocks and maybe a towel, because we might pick up a little bit of sweat in the next 25 minutes. So with all that being said, let's get started. We're gonna meet in tabletop position. So grounding through the hands and feel your knees and the tops of your legs pressed into the mat. I just want you to take a second to just notice the stillness here. All right. Imagine that your hands are like the base of a tree and your fingers are spreading wide like the roots of a tree. And now with your legs, you might feel your tops of your shins pressed into the mat. All right. Imagine that these are also a set of roots and you're not going to go anywhere. You are stable in this position. From here, we'll begin to start some cat-cow poses. So starting at the tailbone, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, and then pull the chest forward with your inhale. And then as you exhale, reverse the direction. Tailbone tucks. Belly goes in the opposite direction, and you press the back of your heart towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly, let it be soft, and then pull the heart forward. Exhale, press the hands and the legs into the mat, and press everything away from the ground. Inhale, drop the belly, find that cow. Exhale, press it away, find your cat. We can tuck the back toes and lift the knees 2 inches off the ground. Hover the shoulders over the wrist. We're here for 3. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out. 2. Taking one more breath in. Audible exhale out the mouth. 1. Keep lifting the knees 2 inches more. And exhale through the nose as you slowly lift the hips. Good. You might even feel the shoulders warmed up a bit. Pedal it out, walking your dog, moving one leg at a time. Your heels don't have to go towards the mat, like they don't have to touch the mat, but the aim is to really lengthen out the back of the leg, the Achilles, the calf, the hamstring, all the way up maybe into the glute, into the outer hip. And going for the second side, allowing however long you would like to sit in each pose, all right? If you feel that one side needs some extra love, by all means, take it there. Take your right hand and maybe reach towards your left ankle. So it's going towards the opposite side. You get a bit of a twist here. Really press the left hand down into the mat. Feel the hands, feel the fingertips as if they're pressing, they're gripping the mat. Good. You can release that, go into the second side. Left hand towards the right ankle. You might even pull yourself through. What's up, nude? Now we're going to inhale, find that plank pose there. Shoulders over the wrist, heels are long, the head is going in the opposite direction. Pull the belly button in towards the spine here. And then lower all the way down, elbow straight back, hugging the ribs. Lift the heart, find the cobra, inhale. And exhale, release down. I want you to tuck your toes. Press up onto your knees and then make your way to child's pose. Knees go wide, big toes touch behind you. Inhale to plank on your knees. Exhale, lower all the way down. Pull yourself up to upward facing dog or cobra, yogi's choice. And then exhale, find downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Slow exhale through the nose. Let the knees come down, find child's pose again. Keep the toes tucked here. Inhale, bring yourself to that plank. Maybe the knees are down, maybe they're elevated. Lower halfway or all the way down. Pull yourself through for upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We're going to do the same cycle one more time. Move with your breath here. So as you exhale, lower the knees down. Let the hips sink. And on your inhale, make your way to your plank. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway. Pull the heart through, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the core, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Left heel reaches up, three-legged dog. On your exhale, step the foot to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee down and float the hands up. Find that low lunge. Same grounding techniques we had before. Ground through the foot, ground through the leg so that you feel secure in your roots in the ground. Once you're there, find your half Hanuman, that half split. So keeping the hips squared, straighten out the front leg a bit. If you have blocks, great time to use them. Good. Inhale, come back into that low lunge. Lift the hands up high, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, sink back, half Hanuman. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale, fold over. Good. On your next inhale, come back into that low lunge. Tuck the back toes and maybe lift the knee. Good. Drop the knee back down. Lift it up. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knee down. One more time. Inhale, press through that left foot. And now we're here holding. All right. You might even feel this right groin getting some attention there. And if not, maybe tuck the tailbone underneath you and see what that happens. See what happens there. All right. On your next exhale, tilt at the hips, hovering the ribs over the top of the thigh. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot to meet the right. Lower halfway all the way down for your vinyasa flow. Now we're in downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here just to notice what the body feels like. As the heels are dropping and the hands are pressing, the hips rise towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, float the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step it to the top of the mat. Bring that foot right in between the hands. Drop the back knee and float the hands up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Tailbone tucked underneath, all right? Imagine that you have head beams or like headlights. You don't want the headlights facing the ground. You want them to tilt up. So the tops of the hips or the front of the hips are your headlights. Once you feel grounded, 3 cycles of these low lunge to half Hanuman. Pull the femur back as you dig the heel into the mat. And then inhale, find your low lunge. Exhale, half Hanuman, half split. Inhale, press down through the right foot, down through the back leg of the knee. And then last time, half Hanuman. On this one, where hands are up, tucking the back toes, strengthen the quad, lift the knee, and then hinge at the hip, hovering the low ribs over the thigh, allowing yourself to sag, but you're still pressing into the earth. Exhale, bring the hands down, spread the fingers wide, get your roots steady, and then lift the right foot off the mat, step back, find that plank pose. Bend the elbows straight back, lowering down, flowing through your vinyasa. Good. Noticing your breath. Noticing if there's any temperature change in the body. Good. I want you to bend your knees, turn your vision towards the top of your mat. Decide how you want to make that journey to the top. We want to meet in the forward fold. So you might step, hop, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that flat back. Hands maybe going to the shins. Exhale, release all the way down. Circle sweep the hands high above the head. Urdhva. Reach up, maybe come onto the tips of the toes. And exhale, hands by the side. Tadasana, mountain pose. First time standing. Take a full breath in. Slow, deep exhale out the nose. Deep breath in one more time. And slowly release it out. Pull the left knee in towards the chest. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Hinge at the hip, bend in the front knee, and step the left foot far back. But plant it down lightly, slowly, right? With 45-degree angle planted, float the hands up. We're in Warrior One. Exhale, let the shoulders soften away from the ears. Good. On your next exhale, blossom open, Warrior Two. Arms are at a T. Gaze is over the front, longest fingers. Right forearm to the top of the quad, side angle pose. Left bicep comes to the ear. Take a full breath in as you spin the heart towards the ceiling. And exhale, come back to your warrior two. Hinge forward, flip the front palm, and then find the middle finger, float it all the way up towards the ceiling, and let your backhand drape down the leg. Maybe find that bind. We're in a peaceful warrior. Exhale, find your warrior two again. This time we're gonna swing the left hand to meet the right, pivot the back foot. Now we're on the toes, and now we're gonna hinge at the hip, lunging forward, right? As you bring the hands down to the mat, float the left foot off the mat, half split. Give yourself a micro bend if that hamstring is tight. Grab those blocks if they might need, or if you might need them. They help bring the earth closer to you. Using that left glute to lift the leg. We're here for 3. Keep squeezing that glute. 2. Exhale, bring the foot down for 1. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Find your Utkatasana chair pose. Knees are on top of the ankles, hips are going straight back, and we're elevating the hands above the head. And exhale, rise up to Tadasana. Good. Now we're balancing on the left foot, hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Give yourself a deep breath in, and then make your way to warrior one, slowly but surely. Finding your place, being intentional about it. Good. As you inhale the hands up high, maybe you crawl that left foot in front for the deeper stretch there. Exhale, blossom open, warrior two. Spin the torso to the long side of your mat, spread the arms wide to a T, and maybe allow yourself to sink a bit deeper as the knee traces the pinky side of the foot. Go work. Forearm to the top of the quad, side angle pose. Exhale, find your peaceful warrior. And then come back to warrior two. Again, we're going to pivot around on that back foot. Keep pressing down through your left toes, your left ball of the foot, right? And then hinging at the hip. Plant the hands down, using your blocks if they're there. And then we're making our way to half split. Continue to squeeze the right glute as you lift the hip, right? Maybe even giving some pulses might give you a little more mind-body connection there. As you exhale, bring the foot down to the mat. Halfway lift, hands into the shins, find that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, follow the hands as they rise up. And exhale, Tadasana. Maybe hands come at prayer by their side. Notice your breathing. Notice your body. Notice the temperature. And if you're sweating. And now we're going to reach the hands up above head, maybe come onto the balls of the feet again. Exhale, swan dive down, plant the hands to the mat, and then step or hop back, bent elbows, chaturanga. Pulling the heart through for upward facing dog or cobra. Keep those knees off the mat if you're in that upward facing dog. And then exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Yeah. You ready for some more? Bend the knees, turn your gaze towards the top of the mat. Again, make your journey to the top of the mat. And once you're in forward fold, we'll come to a halfway lift with our next inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach the hands up high. Left knee in front of you. Maybe you extend the left leg out. All right. And then sweep it back. Plant it down at the rear of the mat. Find warrior one. Float the hands up high. Exhale, blossom open, warrior two. Side angle pose, maybe the option of handing the hand on the outside of the foot. You can grab that block if need be. Exhale, blossom open, warrior two again. Find your peaceful warrior here. Breathe in the right side of the body as it lengthens. And exhale, warrior two. Pivot. There you go. We're hinging at the hip. This time we're going to step right into warrior three from this pose. So ground through the right foot, press down through the leg, and then allow your left foot to float off the mat. Straighten out the right leg. And now we're in this warrior three, right? Driving the foot The left foot towards the back wall as if you're trying to hold up a back wall. The right foot is grounding through the earth as if you're trying to press the earth away. And now with your torso in the upward facing dog or cobra, we inhale, find a bit of a lift, and then exhale, let your arms explore. All right, maybe you want to fly around, hands behind you. Maybe you want to be like Superman or Superwoman. All right, hands are flying out, arms are at a T, you're like an airplane, whichever one you'd like to be, as long as you're continuing to press the right foot into the mat and not just sagging into that hip. All right. We're here for 3, 2, notice your breath. 1, bring the left foot down. Oh, bring the hands down, half split. Left foot meets the right. Good. Take your right pinky toe and then cross it behind the left ankle so that the right pinky toe and the left pinky toe are touching. And then if you feel that right hip start to make some noise, honor it, right? Use your blocks if you need be. But we're here to now allow the right hip to get a decent moment of stretching, some static love, knowing it's doing some work. And we're grateful for it. Come out of that bind there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Utkatasana, find your chair pose. The right hip might be screaming at you, I know. Why? Because we're coming up, right knee in front of the chest, right ankle crossing over the left knee, and find a figure 4 chair pose here. Good. Now in this, you might find that you swing a hip out to the side. I ask that you try your best to square the hips. All right, so maybe that means you don't get to sink as low. That's perfectly fine. The aim here is that we can do this correctly, right? So now we're pulling the belly button in towards the spine so we can lengthen out of the low back, taking the wrinkles and creases out of our spine. Hands might come at prayer. And with every exhale, sink a bit deeper. Only to a point in which feels good to you, right? You know your body better than anyone else does. So my aim is that you take care of yourself in this practice and in everything that you do. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, bring the right foot down to the mat. Reach the hands up high. Exhale, swan dive down. Make your way to a plank. Bend the elbows and then pull your heart through. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Notice your breathing. Notice where you are in this space. And where's your focus going? Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Rooting down through the right and left hand and the right foot. We're going to lift the left heel high for three-legged dog and step it to the top of the mat. Now have your right foot meet at the top of the mat. We're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Circle sweep the hands high above the head. Urdhva. This time, left foot in front of the, oh, just kidding. Swap them out. Right knee in front of you. Left leg is down. And now we're going to sweep the foot back. Finding your warrior one. Good. Exhale, blossom open, warrior two. Right or left forearm or left hand onto the outside of the edge of the foot for side angle pose. And blossom open, warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Reaching forward and then letting the back hand reach down the leg. And then exhale, come back to your warrior two. Remember, we're going to pivot on the back foot. Right palm faces the left palm. We're in the front. We're hinging at the hip. And now when you're ready, find that lift off. We're going into warrior three. Plant down through that left foot. Let the right foot float off the mat. And we're here. Pressing down through the left foot, spreading the toes wide, kicking the right heel towards the back of the room. Lifting the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Continue to breathe. We're here for three. Allow that right hip to roll down and point towards the floor. We're here for 2. Keep pressing down through the left foot. We're here for 1. Exhale the hands down, half split. Keep using that right glute to lift the leg. And then bring it down to meet the left foot. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Now I want to rise up, balancing on the right foot. Left ankle crosses over the knee. Figure 4 chair pose. Remember, lengthen out of the low back first. So pull the belly button in as if you're trying to hold your pee, right? Or you're trying to zip up a tight pair of pants. And then once you've gotten that, keep that engagement there and allow the hip to open up as you sink a bit deeper into that right knee. Noticing where you find the most tension, and allow your exhale to bring some relaxation to the tension. Good. As you come out of that, we're going to inhale and rise up, plant the foot down, swan dive down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back, bend elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees down to the mat. Let the hips sink towards the heels. You can untuck your toes. And we'll be here in child's pose for a few breaths. A practice like this that moves the hips and ask the low back to do some work might bring about some discomfort, right? This warm, almost like a workout sensation. And oftentimes our pain is rooted in our weakness, to be honest. The areas in which we could use some work, when they are worked, they have to endure some discomfort. That discomfort is typically associated with growth, but there's a thin line between growth and overwhelming. So it's up to you to know, what is your edge? How far is too far? When am I putting myself in pain versus when am I inviting an opportunity for growth? All right, so that's key. All right, next inhale, come to a tabletop pose. And with the hands rooted underneath you, knees pressed down into the mat, do some gentle cat-cows here, moving with your own breath, moving with a new sense of awareness in your body. Good. And we'll take one more round here. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, press it away. I want you to walk your hands out in front, keeping the hips on top of the knees. We're going to prepare for puppy pose. This is a great chest opener here. Allowing your chest to come down to the mat. Maybe your chin lays there. Maybe your forehead is there on the mat. And with every exhale, allow your chest to go a little bit closer to the mat there. Walk your hands back towards you. And then find a comfortable seat in hero's pose. All right, sitting on our heels. Maybe you have a block that might help you. All right, you can stack one block, maybe stack two, pillows, whatever may help you feel stable. And we've built a lot of heat in this practice, and this is our opportunity to cool down. So while we're here, all right, feel your sit bones in the floor or in your heels, wherever feels comfortable. And I want you to just notice your breathing, all right? So maybe you have your eyes closed, hands rested on your thighs, And give yourself this opportunity to just tune in and to just notice how your breath feels. All right, you've moved the body. You've intentionally been breathing as best as possible. But I don't want you to just walk away from the mat having built a fire, not knowing how to maintain it. That the fire might sometimes consume us, feeding into our anxiety and our stress. But oftentimes, if we come to the breath, that gives us an opportunity to cool down the flame, find that balance. If you can feel the belly, if you can feel the belly protruding, right, coming out with the inhale, and then receding with the exhale, I just want you to bring your attention to that sensation. All right, feeling the belly come out, maybe placing a hand there, and then exhale, allowing the belly to deflate like a balloon. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, feel the belly fill up with air, and exhale, let it retreat with zero effort. Inhale into the belly, deep down by the waistband. And exhale, let it go. Another deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Inhale here. Exhale, let it go. And now notice your breathing. Notice the sensations that are associated with a new approach to breath. Can you notice the texture of your breathing and if that's changed? Can you notice the temperature of your breathing? Notice what it feels like internally, right? When you breathe. It's almost as if the air is making its way through every part of the body, that there's this sense of energy flowing through all your limbs. Maybe there's even a sensation of energy going to the top of your head, inviting this feeling of life, right? This light, almost tingly sensation. The purpose of this is to move prana, or life force energy, into the breath. This is why we call pranayama the name itself. It's the moving of life force energy. As we move in our physical bodies, we begin to move some of the energy, right? We release physical energy and we get tired in some sense, right? Or we get to settle down. And then when we come to the pranayama, the breath work, is where we begin to move breath, move life energy throughout our body so we can find this balance and get ourselves aligned rather than being caught up in the storms and chaos of the mind. My offer to you is that you continue to practice, whether it be this particular flow, any of my other flows, or any flow that you find or you create on your own. But please practice movement followed by mindful breathing, and then meditate on just the breath. This is a beautiful start to your self-care journey. This is how we honor the ancient practice of our ancestors from 5,000, even 7,000 years ago. And more importantly, this is how we honor our own energy, by taking care of it. Much love to you all. Peace. Honor your energy. Until next time. Namaste.